Well, hello, my lovelies. Let's get a sound check. Give me a out of 10, 10 being the loudest and 1 being the lowest. Give me a volume that you're hearing it at, okay? So if it's too low, you're going to have like a 1 or 2 or 3. And if it sounds really good, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see that. And it is popcorn time. In the meantime, welcome to a Level 11 True Crime. I'm known as Mama D, and I'm here to 10 too loud? 8's okay. Is 10 too loud? Okay, now I've got like an insecure complex here about my sound because we recently upgraded. Okay, thank you guys. We're good. Hi, Sassy, Karen Guy. Welcome to our live. We're going to be doing something a little bit different as we move forward. So some of you have, and I take all comments, even if they appear negative, as constructive criticism unless they're personal. Like, I don't like the color of your eyes. Okay, bye-bye. However, I want you to know that for those of you that are not into the lives where you hear my dogs, because we're a dog-friendly community, something along that lines, the live noises and so forth, I have this recording so that I can edit out all the extra noise and just get it down to the message, which will be much shorter for a replay crew, all right? Now, I know I'm going to leave the live up as well, so it might be confusing. One will have the big word live across it, and the other won't. And that way you'll know it's pre-recorded, you know what I mean? It's not pre-recorded, this is a live. Hey, Susan Amber, Brandy, Lucy, you'll figure it out. We have so much to talk about. Hi, Tina Cassie. Leela Balzac. Y'all, I love the new faces, and I love this. Hi, Liz Tupling. Okay, wait. Tupling. Liz Tupling, welcome. Sound is good. Dog Mom, welcome back. I sound great? Y'all, I have been working so hard on the technical end because I know our info is gold. I'm about to drop it like it's hot with you. Oh my God, get your browser ready. Get your popcorn, because everything we say on this channel is speculation. It is our opinion. It is our thought process, trying to understand and digest this atrocity of 4 individuals that just got erased with no DNA evidence on the outside of the home. We're trying to process that. So if you are analytical and you need a receipt for every single thing I say, please go find someone that'll do that for you. And you're lazy, because then you're not doing your own research. I'm just calling you out. You're a couch tater. So for all the tater tots out there that are going to pick at me because I go about my research the way I do, you're a potato chip. That's all I got to say. And there's not just one of you, right? So, are you ready? Because we are honing in on the center, I believe, of what really may, for legal purposes, may, in our theory, speculation, scenario, I'm going to show you things and I'm going to let you draw your own conclusion, because in the end result, my thoughts are just being shared. They are not factual. They are my own opinion. All right. Hi, Dreamweaver. Lucy Lou Who. Patricia Domeni. Hello, lovely. Mary Lou Stratford, long time no see. And Jenny, welcome. June Coggins. You know, there's a billion of you out there, and I know all your names, except for a few are new. And I welcome you all. And with that, I really want to get started. So we are going to have a little bit more freedom in our live to do these meet and greets and exchange the energy that we want to do. And there are some of you that sometimes hit live and sometimes can't and love that live energy and want the replay. And then there's others that just want that video that is the talking head that just gets to the point, shows the shit, and gets out, right? So that's why we're going to do this. And I think it's going to work out to help the algorithm. And I think it's like getting our pie and our cake and breaking the rule and eating both, okay? All right, with that being said, y'all, let's go ahead and get our browser ready. Where's my browser? Oh boy. Now, I need to know, because this is all new that we're doing. And thank you for all of you that have been with me from the very beginning. So this is a new thing. I'm going to play a video that is online. I know a lot of other YouTubers do that. And I don't know if I got it connected that you'll be able to hear. So I'm going to begin. I'm going to play 10 to 15 seconds. I want to see a 1 if you can hear it, but it's really low. Okay, it's like too low to hear it. I want you to think about the volume going up and giving me a number. And if it's a 10, it's so loud it's blowing your eardrums. Then put a 10. But give me a number in there. And then I will adjust accordingly. And that way I'll know going forward when we play these exactly where I need to be with the settings. All right? So you beautiful 1111 people, I love you, but I'm playing you as a guinea pig tonight to test the system. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Jug Puglish. Big Mikey. I saw y'all on Once Upon a Crime Time, I think it was last night. I was enjoying that so much. I had to go to bed. I was dead tired. I had been on a trip all day and gotten home late, and I'm like, I've got to lay down. But I did stay up quite a bit longer than I intended watching the show. So check it out. One thing I will say, he gave out the channel links to other channels that visited his channel. And I was so impressed. And so I want us to start doing that because he set such a wonderful example and brought a new aha idea. So if another channel comes in, right, go ahead and share their link. Even if it's not true crime related, in honor of Marie's coloring, maybe they color. Or whatever their channel is. And they don't have to have a lot of subscribers. Now, I am not affiliated with any of them and so forth. And if this individual becomes a problem, we'll blacklist them. Because that's what happens, right? Hi, sweet Surrender with the basketball. Gemini 65. Are you ready? Let's do this. All right, testing. Hopefully you'll be able to hear this. Now, you'll be able to hear me loud and clear, so I'm going to try to be quiet. I'm not going to touch this little sensitive mic where if I mute it, it might not come back, right? Okay, you can see the browser. I'm going to play it's about 1:07. What you're about to see is an older video, and it's when Xana is doing some sort of PR work, kind of like doing a autobiography, right, of like where she is in life at the university and who she's working with as clients. It's taken place, filmed right outside 1122 home. So she's in the driveway. Notice the white truck. Let's do a sound check and then we'll get to the white truck. Not that it matters, but does it matter? Let's do the sound check. All right, stay with me. It'll be worth it. Okay, sound check part. Hold on. I just shut it off. I'm turning it all the way up. Sound check. Oh, why did it stop so quick?
Hi, my name is I'm a marketing major here at the University of Idaho. And I'm involved in a couple things down here, including Vandal Solutions. Last year I did his properties. I was an associate.
All right, let me see if you could hear that. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use. Thank you. A 1, very low. Okay, 2 and a 10. Let me look at this. Is there any way I can't turn that up? All right, see if I turn my mic over, and we're going to go with it.
Hi, my name is I'm a marketing major here at the University of Idaho, and I'm involved in a couple things down here, including Vandal Solutions. Last year I did his properties. I was an associate with them, and I basically just worked with his properties and did advertising for them, sales events, etc. And this year I'm doing sales. I'm a sales associate, so basically I just call people around Moscow, ask them if they're interested in our business, etc. But yeah, I'm a junior here, so it's really exciting. I love it at the University of Idaho. I'm super excited to be in this marketing class because it's basically something I'm into. And this is actually King Street, where I've lived the past 2 years, and I really like hanging out with my friends all the time and being super involved in school events and everything else. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me, and I'm really excited to take on this course.
Okay, you guys, I want to go back. Hold the phone. We're going to play it again. All right? So, let me get back on it.
Hi, my name is
I want you to watch for the white truck.
University of Idaho, and I'm involved in a couple things down here, including Vandal
Here it comes.
Last year I did his properties. I was an associate with them, and I basically just worked with his properties and did advertising for them, sales events, etc. And this year I'm doing sales. I'm a sales associate, so basically I just call people around Moscow, ask them if they're interested in our business, etc. But yeah, I'm a junior here, so it's really exciting. I love it at the University of Idaho. I'm super excited to be in this marketing class because it's basically
Here it comes. All right, so this could be absolutely nothing. Okay? I'm just saying it could be absolutely nothing. But let's rewind it just a little bit. I want to get the truck as in frame as we can. All right? So we saw the white truck uptown. This truck is headed to the apartments where the masked person lives, because we know that's a parking lot. Now, this could be nothing, and I'm not showing you a license plate or anything like that. There's nothing identifying about this truck any more than there is about the white car that the LE is trying to say is Brian Kohlberger's. So, so I want you to notice some things about this truck. Look at the bar that goes above it, right above the cab, right in here. See this bar? All right, there's also a dent in this truck. Now, I don't know if any of this matters, but I want us to look at it. Where are we? What'd I do? Hold on. Here he comes. There he went. It's very hard to control. All right, let's see if we got it. Can you see there's like, and I don't know if it's a dent or if it's purposely there because it has the broad hips, right? It's got a black line on it. Might be nothing. So the next thing I started working on So I'm just walking you through some research. And in the end, I think you'll be like I was, and you'll be like, oh my God, this rabbit hole isn't new. This rabbit hole just goes way deeper than we thought. Okay, Susan Rusko says, this is not truck from Uptown. Or Shelley says, this is not the truck from Uptown. Susan Rusko says, I say it's a dent. Interior feels that may be part of the wheel well. Okay. All right, guys, let's do this. So this is allegedly the night before Maddie, Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan were murdered. The night before. Now, everything we share here is rumor. There's no proof that this is anywhere near that time. But there's no proof it isn't, all right? Okay. Let's play this one. This one's very quick. It's 15 seconds. Now, I don't know who that girl was, because there's another girl other than Kaylee. Here's Kaylee, and there's the girl right behind her. I think it's Maddie. Whoops. Let me redo this one. Good Lord. Let's see if I got it right. I don't think I did. I got an idea. Let's just click back and then go forward. What do I get? I may have lost it. No, there it is. Check out this blonde girl. I don't know who that is. Is that Kaylee? It didn't look like her to me. Because there is this other girl back here. There's Maddie. And then there's a thin blonde there. I want to play it again. I want your opinion. We'll play it one more time. Who is this blonde? Long hair. It's not Kaylee to me. That's Maddie. And then who's the girl behind her? Emily. Joe Puglish, Sweet Surrender, say Emily. Emily who? Hi, Amy Conway. Is it Ethan's sister? I don't think so. Who is Emily, y'all? No, it doesn't look like Bethany to me either. I gotta find out who Emily is. All right. I will do some more research, but that was my big, like, who the heck is this? So, here we go. Get ready. We're about to dive deep, my lovelies. Hold on, you guys. I'm back. Sorry. Okay. All right. We'll edit that out for the re-record. Susan Roscoe said she dropped the mic all right. Where'd she go? Yep. Drop the mic moment. Emily. Wait. Emily Alandt. Who in the world is Emily Alandt? Okay, Dreamweaver says that's Hunter and Ethan's sister in her opinion. Emily is Justin's girlfriend. Y'all, have I been in altered reality? that I've never heard of Emily before? Ethan's brother's girlfriend, says Joe Pugliese. Dreamweaver says looks like Ethan, Hunter, his brother, could be their sister. His sister, their sister. Ethan and Hunter's sister is Maisie, and that to me didn't look like her. And Zanny. Okay. All right. Ethan's brother. All right. Hunter Johnson's girlfriend. Okay. Any sound yet, you guys? Give me a 1 if you can still hear me. Y'all are still saying no sound, but I'm showing sound. Yes, you can hear me? Give me a 1 when you can hear me. So many blondes, I'm getting them all confused. Me too, Jamie, me too. I need a 1. Thank you, Interior. Whew. Thank you, my beautifuls. Press release, Moscow homicide update clarification. This was posted November 30th, 2022 at 7:15 p.m. November 30th, 2022, Moscow, Idaho. The Moscow Police Department is providing the following information to update the public on the known facts surrounding the 4 murders that occurred on November 13th in Moscow, Idaho. Clarification at 7:15 p.m. Conflicting, and we're going to be talking about conflicting information in a minute, and conflict of interest as well. Conflicting information has been released over the past 24 hours. The Latah County Prosecutor's Office stated the suspects specifically looked at the residence and that 1 or more of the occupants were undoubtedly targeted. We have spoken with the Latah County Prosecutor's Office and identified this was a miscommunication. Detectives do not currently know if the residents or occupants were specifically targeted, but continue to investigate. The updated information. Listen to what I read, you people. I gotta get comfortable, get your blanket, get your popcorn, wet your whistle, squeak your chair, because this gets interesting. There have been media questions about a September 12, 2022 incident regarding an argument between a group of people walking on the University of Idaho back path and a cyclist. It was reported that during the confrontation, the cyclist displayed a folding knife. Both parties dispersed, and there were no injuries. The cyclist turned himself into the police. The case was investigated, and misdemeanor charges were referred to the Moscow City Attorney's Office. There is no connection with the individual involved in this incident and the current murder investigations. Now, let's continue. This is what I've been waiting for right here. Regarding an interview with Latah County Prosecutor Bill Thompson, we feel his responses were messaged to support the implication that new information has been released. Specifically, generalized statements regarding the potential of targeted victims and the involvement of drugs were redefined into an affirmative answer. Does anybody know what affirmative answer means? Anybody? Let's reread that. Regarding the interview with the Latah County Prosecutor Bill Thompson, we feel his responses were messaged to support the implication that new information had been released. Specifically, generalized statements regarding the potential of targeted victims and the involvement of drugs were redefined into an affirmative answer. Yes, Yes. So, for all of you out there that hit up our true crime communities and say, where do you get the idea that drugs are part of this? Go ask Bill Thompson, the prosecutor, in this case. All right? So, get your panties out of wad out there on the negative comments to our channel and our research, because it really doesn't, y'all aren't thinking clear. We're still doing our critical thinking. And we invite you to do that with us and wake up. Wake the hell up, all right? So, hey, Dodging Bullets and Sarah P. Sarah P says, it means yes, there were drugs involved. Gone Girl, hello. Susan Rusco said, boom, drug deals, steroids, what? Seeking Rainbows, love to see you. Israel Justice Rankin says, all right, you guys, so I've had questions. I'm like, who the hell, because I'm not a druggie, I don't know, and I have to figure this shit out off the internet. So if you are aware, whether you're a pharmacist or you're just info from experience of knowing somebody, I don't know how drugs work, and I don't understand the fentanyl phase, all right? I don't know why a drug dealer would put it in there, and no one would probably kill his client, and then he gets no more sales. So I looked it up. This is what I got, and it's all going somewhere. Oh, baby, this all takes us down deeper into the rabbit hole, and it brings us full circle to who I believe the true targets may possibly be, and who's the mole and who's the rat, all right? Here we go. So this is on Quora. And somebody asked, why would drug dealers lace drugs with fentanyl? Don't you want your clients coming back? I felt like I wrote the question. So this person answered, they lace the fentanyl precisely to make their clients come back. Everyone who uses heroin nowadays expects there to be fentanyl laced in, and has for quite a while now. Every time there is a local rash of overdoses due to fentanyl-laced dope, that really means that the level of fentanyl laced into the dope was too high. Whenever that happens, the addicts I communicate with will intentionally try to find the batch, and it becomes highly desirable and much more valuable as a result. The stronger the dope, the less dope you need to achieve the desired effect, and less dope you need in every hit, the longer you get high for the same price. If I buy a gram of $80 and it is twice as strong as usual, then that functions as 2 grams for $80. It's like hitting the lottery. And I was like, what? So then I was like, all right, it is this unbalancing act of the tolerance level. So apparently people are getting they get to where they have a high tolerance for a drug, and so the fentanyl is used to piggyback that high to a higher level. All right? And so those that are new to the drug are going to be highly at risk, in my personal opinion, because they have no tolerance, and therefore we're going to see a rash of ODs. Does this make sense to everybody else? All right? And remember, the locals spoke, quite a few locals spoke, that the Snapchat allegedly that was going around the morning of the victims being found, right? That it was first an OD. Okay? So I found that very interesting. Right, double trouble. I see it that way too, Seeking Rainbows. All right, so I got a lot of 100%. Isabel Justice Rankin says Xana's mom and Maddie's mom both in trafficking. I suspect they were the targets, or one or both moms out. Deals with the cops' supposition, by the way, in my opinion. Right. All right, well, we're going to dig deeper, you guys. Are you ready for this? Because this gets crazy sounding to me. So then I was like, why a knife? You know how your brain just jumps all over? And I was like, why would someone not just take the people out? Why was the removal or why was this an execution in such a horrific, violent manner? Like, I mean, just using knives. And from my perspective, I think that, there's a lot of tracking involved with guns. So you could track this back or that back. It's harder to get guns. But then if you got over all that, then you have blowback of being tested if you're suspected of any type of gunpowder on your arms, hands, your body. But then also with the knife, you'd have blowback of the blood. So I'm like, all right, but you can wash away blood, right? But that gunpowder might stay for a while. But then you can't really wash away DNA, but nobody was really getting tested. So my mind was just going on and on and on. And I'm like, I just need an answer. So John Mixon from Quora says, I have read several hundred books on the subject of murder, serial murder, and criminology. I have met and I have known criminals and members of law enforcement involved in homicide. I have viewed countless hours of true crime reenactments. All of this has provided me with an almost encyclopedic knowledge of crime, especially murder. Unless the killer was particularly wedded to retain the knife, or they simply very stupid, they dispose of it as soon as possible. Why? All right. Listen to this. I never even thought of this. And is this why there's a sheath left behind? All right? Why would the knife be not put back in the sheath? Now, I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but I found this interesting. In this person's opinion, it says, knives are rarely manufactured to be easily cleaned. Assuming that the killer knows what DNA is, when they would have to realize that it would be nearly impossible to remove it from a knife blade, hilt, or haft. I think he meant shaft. I don't know. Keeping a knife with the victim's DNA on it is essentially telling the authorities that you have committed the crime. Number 2, knives are cheap and plentiful. Unless you are a serial offender who loves $1,000 USD Randall's knives or exotic custom blades, then purchasing knives which could be used effectively is an inexpensive of $7 at a truck stop, or as much as $75 from an online website. The knife simply is too easy to replace as opposed to a firearm to make retaining it worthwhile. Number 3. Many would simply wipe out the blade on the victim's clothing. I find that very interesting, just that statement, because I'm thinking, yep, I've seen how many deer hunters, because all my life I've been around deer hunters, and they have to cut off the hide, they have to gut the deer, they have to cut up the deer, and they all wipe it on their pants or a piece of cloth nearby. And I never till this moment realized why. I never even thought about it. I always was just like, that's so damn gross. But here's why. If the blade is put away wet, then when it dries, it will stick to the inside of this sheath or scabbard and make it difficult, if not impossible, to draw again. Wiping the blade on the victim's clothing prevents the knife from being stuck and also leave most of the victim's blood and DNA at the crime scene. Frankly, unless the knife is found intact and in the possession of the killer, the victim is found before significant decomposition sets in. The question is irrelevant. If the killer uses a knife and quickly discards it, the chances of it being tied to him and her drop exponentially. If the knife was a cheap manufacture and it rusts significantly before being discovered, it may not be identified as being the murder weapon. So, thought that was interesting. I just wanted to get those little two facts out of the way. You know, our true crime thoughts of the day. I still like those. All right, let's jump over. We're going to go NBC News. I got to wet my whistle. We're going to come back up to this for a minute. Hello, everybody. Hi, Anna Rivera. Sassy's telling y'all, get those thumb ups. Thank you, Sassy. You can't hear me? Y'all don't even tell me that. So, makes sense, says Gemini 65. All right, let's get back into the browser. Right? All right, whistle is wet. Cops. Now, this is Arizona. Coincidentally, if there are any coincidences in this universe, they're unbeknownst to me. I do not believe there is a connection other than the universe saying, hey, it just happens to be about Phoenix, Arizona. All right? And then we got the Phoenix, Arizona acquisition going on over there in the University of Idaho with Green in the library, right? So, I've often wondered, you know, I was still on the knife thing for a little bit, and I was like, would a drug cartel or bad people affiliated in high up drug scenarios actually use a knife? Or wouldn't they just go in there and, you know, a left shot behind the ear? And so I looked this up, and it says cops, Arizona beheading linked to Mexican cartel. I was like, what? It says authorities have determined a man who was stabbed and beheaded in a suburban Phoenix apartment was killed for stealing drugs from the Mexican cartel. This was written March 3rd, 2011, quite a few years ago, but it does reconfirm to me that they will use knives, and so it didn't rule it out, right? I'm not going to read a lot of this, but you can check it out. He stole 400 pounds of marijuana and some meth from a drug cartel while telling the cartel that the drugs had been seized by the Border Patrol. And the cartel found out, and yeah, you know the rest of the story. His body was found October 10th in the Chandler apartment, which was in Phoenix. So, yeah, yikes. Let's get into this a little bit. And who just gifted? You guys. Let's get up on top side. Hold on. I want to make sure we do this lighted up good. So let's see here. We got gifted. There's our starburst. Oh, it's going? I don't know. Can you not see it? Oh, you can't see it. Well, Virgo 22. Thank you humbly from the bottom of my heart and all of our 1111 family for gifting 10 true crime memberships. 1111 true crimers, welcome to our starlights. We have got facts and truth only, please. Thank you. Emily's Whimsical World. Oh, I love these names. Karen Guy, welcome back. Kathy Stacy, welcome back. That Girl, welcome back. Tiffany Crockett, welcome. And Shelly, No Dak Angel, welcome all back. And Rose Hyde, welcome back. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You know, if we get trolled, just get them out of here. You know, we're getting closer. Don't let them rile you up. All right, here we go. It gets big here. Let's get back into this. Are you ready? I hope you're ready. Okay. Defense attorney for Idaho murder suspect Brian Kohlberger helped represent family members of another victim. Now, y'all are going to be like, there's a few of you. They're going to be like, this is so old. Everything you share is old. Well, perhaps you need to revisit how it all now is starting to connect. And if you go to the Stephen Avery case, the state is trying to make Kathleen Zellner make each individual piece count as its full weight. And she is fighting saying, but I've got 5 things that all point to the same person. And that's what I'm doing, you guys. I'm bringing each individual piece together in a storyline that can connect dots and allow you to form your own opinion. All right? Dreamweaver is ready. Let's go. Defense attorney for Idaho murder suspect Brian Kohlberger helped represent family of another victim. Chief public defender oversaw Maddie Mogan's dad's drug charge as well as Xana Kernoodle's mom on narcotics offenses. Now keep in mind, that means that Maddie's dad and Xana's mom, both at that time, very close to that time, because it was within just a short time for Xana's dad too, were into narcotics and had been arrested. Now we got men clad in black out there, allegedly on duty as cops. No identification on them that we could see unless we shined a flashlight right at their chest where you could see very dark, like looks like maybe a badge. And they're in an unmarked vehicle. Doesn't even look like a cop car. It actually looks like the car they're showing and claiming as LE is Brian Kohlberger's. All right, let's continue. I'm just bringing up things that I think of. The lawyer representing, and that would be Ann Taylor, by the way, if you were wondering. The lawyer representing the only suspect in the brutal slayings of 4 University Idaho students in town of Moscow in November has multiple ties to the victims' parents. Earlier this week, it was revealed that Kara Northington, the mother of victim Xana Kernoodle 20, was represented by Brian Kohlberger's lawyer Ann Taylor on drugs until January 5th of 2023. The same day the suspect was extradited to Idaho. Court records obtained by Inside Edition now show that Taylor, the chief of now I'm going to get this wrong. I am not here to know every little person's name. Katunia Public Defender's Office represented Madison Mogan's stepmother, Corey Hatrock. So Maddie's stepmom as well, on drug charges as recently as June of 2022. Taylor also oversaw a case involved in Madison Mogan's father, Benjamin, in 2020. Now, let's just stop right here for a minute. We're going to keep going. So, allegedly there's a fight with Xana and Ethan over a frat. And to this day, what if it wasn't Sigma Chi? What if it was Delta Tau Delta? What if? They're the ones that are still suspended. And were suspended. And allegedly, and from what I'm finding online that validated it, go watch that video, Jack Showalter was part of Delta Tau Delta. Who left the damn country? I think we all saw that moment on Phil Donahue, or whatever his name, not Donahue, Dr. whoever, talking to Candace and asking, did anybody leave the country? Did anybody leave the state? And she didn't say Grandis had went to Wisconsin, you know? So that must be a pretty important question. Who left the country? Jack Showalter. So I find that interesting to have all this knowledge. Doesn't mean he's guilty or innocent. I'm just like looking at it all. And then I'm like back on that sidewalk and Maddie, what did you tell Adam? And they're going to get you for that, Maddie. They're going to get you, girls. You should get inside when you get to the grub truck. And then that little moment where she says, F you, or she does a symbol, I should say, right? And it looks like she said, you effed up, mister, is what it looks like and sounds like to me. You effed up. That's what it sounds like to me. And she's doing it as if she doesn't really think that Kaylee's going to pick up that he said it in front of Kaylee too. That's my opinion. That's where I'm weighing in. What are your feelings? Annette brings up Jack in the Box. Remember that reading. And then we have the Jack in the Box, later discovered as the meal, right? That was allegedly DoorDashed. Hi, Lou Jones, and welcome, welcome. Joanne says Xana's mom said in an interview on Jules of All Trades interview in October. Dog Mom, as a public defender, all cases have ATM's name on them. Doesn't mean she was their lawyer. Okay. But she did have access, I am sure, to their case. So I'm just going to continue to read here. Court records obtained by Inside Edition now show that Taylor, the chief of Catahounie's public records, represented Madison Mogan's stepmother. Okay, we did that. All right. Now let's get to the next thing. So this was posted on Survivor Sucks. Off topic. I have no idea how I got here or whatever. But it says, Survivor Sucks says the official Moscow, Idaho mass murder thread. Don't ask me. This was interesting. This is posted, I don't know if this is this anonymous butt or what, but it says Xana's mom and Maddie's stepmom were both arrested recently and were in the same county jail. Both were arrested for drug trafficking. Maddie's stepmom was arrested 5 days before their murder, and Xana's mom not long after. Goes on to show Corey Hatrock, stepmom, and it says no bond. All right. So that may be a problem. Why would no bond be a problem? All right, let me explain this to you. All right. So Corey Lynn Hatrock, the arrest type is court arrest. It is district court. It is the Officer Mitchell arrested district court, and it's showing possession of contribution. I don't know what that means. Consub. It's like I can't explain it because I don't know it. What is consub? I mean, I know what it means, but I'm not a drug person, so I don't know. Contraband, maybe? Substance of contraband substance? Does that make sense? Okay, we're going with it. Just hear me. Just because I don't know my, understanding of the drug world, don't mean I ain't got a point. All right, so a controlled substance. Oh, that's what it means. Thank you, Jesus. All right. Possession of a controlled substance. And Okay, I'm trying to moderate chat and I'm not going to. So, if y'all, no bond, and she got arrested with a controlled substance, possession of a controlled substance, no bond. Who else was arrested that day? I would like to know. Here's how it works. All right, so this is the story I'm going to share from you of my first-hand knowledge of these people. So I had a group of friends back about 25, 30 years ago, and they were all into weed. And they also did pills. Some of them did pills. Some of them did other stuff. I didn't do any of that. But when I go out and party, I'd always know that if I wanted to get, high while I was partying at the bar for the night on my birthday or whatever, I could go to their vehicle and they would pass around a joint. All right? And I just minded my own business. And I wasn't in the drug scene. But I also knew all about the drug area in our area, about who was involved in stuff. But we didn't have murder. We had people getting high and playing video games. There was no level of whatever. All right, so this group of 5 individuals all go into a house in the middle of the day, and I'm at the laundromat doing my laundry with my 2 little babies. And I see a group of them, and I tell my friend, I'm like, you know what they're doing? Because they're going up to, we'll call him Whitey's, because that was his nickname. We're like, he's going up to Whitey's. They're going to smoke, right? So they actually come out, and they're on the balcony. And they're passing a joint around. And we back off. We're in the laundromat with our kids. But we're watching and we're like, haha, I can see them. So did the cops. So the cop busts them all. They all go to jail. But one walks out. No bond. No reason. Well, it's like 3 weeks later. He's in the hospital. And he's beaten almost to death. Yep. And I heard all this and I was like, oh, because the other individuals that walked in the house, I had seen them. They had seen me. And I was like, ugh. So I hid in my house. I was terrified because bad people don't go after you. They go after your babies, your children. Are you following me? All right. Cara Canoodle, 11/20, right after the murders, 1 week. And this isn't her first offense that I know of, but let's continue. Warrant of detention, possession of controlled substance, 1 and 2 drugs. $50,000 bail here, and a $50,000, or not bail, but bond remaining due. All right? I don't even know what that beefcake guy is saying. So, oh wait, shoot. How about I show it to you? So here we've got Hat Rock Corey Lynn. Possession of controlled substance, 1 and 2 drugs, right? Meaning the type. Possession of controlled substance, again, 1 and 2 drugs. And this is Carnoodle. And it's not Carnoodle, so I don't know why it says that. It's actually Northington, I believe. So I found that sus. But I do know Kara was charged on drug charges. Right? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, right? Oh, I think it's much bigger than what we've been thinking of. All right. Are you ready, you guys? Let's get into this. This is a Reddit by QuitClaim123. Says the title of the post is misleading. Here's what Jennifer Coffindegger, who is in no way part of this investigation, said in the interview at 3:14 in the video. All right, so I'm going to allege that we don't know for sure what the hell Jennifer Coffin Dagger says, but according to this Reddit, I am simply reading what they think she said. The question, and Jennifer, you're looking at one of the victims' moms being arrested days after the killings. Can you talk about what you're trafficking there? See, I didn't know what that meant. Oh, tracking there. Maybe it's the Freudian slip that I said trafficking. All right, here we go. Jennifer Coffin Dagger allegedly said, it's hearsay, you guys, because I don't hear her saying it. But here we go. Yes, take a look at just every sort of avenue that might, intersect or interplay with the atrocious crime. Local enforcement or law enforcement has to look at all these avenues. They have to check them off one by one, no matter how remote that possibility might be, that this could be related to those arrests of the individual, the mother of Xana. So they're going to be looking at all of that as well as they should. Every avenue has to be followed. So I do feel she would say something like that, but that's my opinion. But Jennifer Coffin Dagger, whoops, you guys, Jennifer Coffin Dagger, to me, it doesn't matter what she says. But I thought it was interesting that we're not the only ones that are thinking this is drug related, right? Because we even have this update from the Latah County prosecution press release, Moscow Homicide Update, clarification November 30th, 2022. And it's talking about affirmative answer, right? When it comes to the drugs and so forth. Okay, let's jump over one more. There we go. So, this is Ben. This is Maddie's dad and stepmom. And I thought you should see who they are. And it talks about, where was this? Yeah, it talks about this relationship, right, of Ann Taylor representing these three other victims, and what if she has to cross-examine a witness that happens to be one of her three previous clients? We have what's called a conflict of interest, all right? And so this is a closed petition. It's closed, but someone felt so strongly that Ann Taylor posed a conflict of interest in the Brian Kohlberger case because they felt he was guilty, and they were worried Brian will be able to turn around and use this conflict of interest to get out of this crime somehow. And so they started a petition, and they wanted to remove Ann Taylor as Brian Kohlberger's attorney. And they said, and this is started by Sarah Jackson, Ann Taylor, the chief of, again, I can't say these names, you guys, don't want to hear about it, Katuni County Public Defender's Office began representing Kohlberger, 28, after he was extradited in Idaho, where he is charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of felony burglary. Early in January, Taylor, who is the chief of Katuni County Public Defender's Office, was the attorney for 1 out of possibly 3 of the victims' family members only to drop them as clients to pursue defending their children's alleged killer, Brian Kohlberger. Taylor was defending Kohlberger's alleged victim's family back in November of 2022, only to drop them as clients once an official arrest was made on Kohlberger. Court records show Taylor filed an attorney withdrawal notice in Katuni County Court for victim Kernoodle's mother, Kara, and it's not Kernoodle. I'm just going to say Kara. On January 5th, the same day Kohlberger made an initial appearance in the Latah County courtroom. Mimi Ramani, an attorney and former federal prosecutor, said there is, quote, a potential conflict of interest because Taylor presumably has to cross-examine the parent during the guilt or death penalty phase of the trial if necessary. The public defender's role as a lawyer for the murder victim's parents, where she now represents the alleged murderer, at a minimum presents the appearance of a possible conflict. Ann Taylor filed a document asking the court to withdraw from representing her former client one day after Brian Kohlberger was extradited to Idaho to face the death penalty charges for the fatal stabbing of Xana Kernodle, her boyfriend, Ethan Chapin, and two roommates, Kaylee Gonsalves and Madison Mogan, in Moscow, Idaho. A legal expert has warned that quadruple murder suspect Brian Kohlberger could have his conviction overturned if his current attorney does not recuse herself from the case after a glaring conflict of interest came to light. A legal expert is now calling for Taylor to recuse herself from the Kohlberger case, as he believes it could result in the suspected killer appealing any result in which he is found guilty. All right? And it goes on, and you are fully capable of looking up this little address right up here. Let me scroll this down a little bit for you and continue to read that for your very self. Dreamweaver said not all the students are aligned with blood, sisterhood, brotherhood alignments, just as I consider some colleague cottages, the frats, etc., in my opinion. Rowan Moses, hello. Hi, MBCZ Network. I am so happy I finally caught you live. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining. There's so much more to talk about, you guys. Kootenai. Okay, thank you, Cami Burchett. Kootenai. I'm not laughing, but that's a lot easier than what I was trying to think of saying. Thank you. All right, you guys. I'm going to continue. We have so much to go over, and we're really deep into this. It's an hour long. So, I don't know. Is it possible it's been over an hour? This is going to be the longest live ever. All right, we got to roll. What means conflict of interest? Let me get this a little bit smaller, you guys. All right, so we can see it all on one screen. There we go. I'm reading this, all right? University of Central Florida of Compliance and Education, understanding what conflict of interest is. What means by conflict of interest? What is a conflict of interest? Now listen to this statement. This is why I have a problem when the University of Idaho president, Mr. Green, tears down the victims' homes. That there is a trial still pending. Hasn't happened. And then we have all University of Idaho prosecutor, the defense attorney, as well as the judge, all going to U of I. Here's why. I believe personally that this is a serious conflict of interest, not only but the cherry on the top being that she already had represented, whether it was her or other lawyers she controlled, she had access to those victims and the knowledge of their crimes and the knowledge if they turned CI on all this and all that. She had all that knowledge. To me, it's a conflict of interest. She's in too deep with the University of Idaho and those parents, and here's why. What is a conflict of interest? A conflict of interest occurs when an individual's personal interests, family, friendships, financial, or social factors could compromise his or her judgment, decisions, or actions in the workplace. Government agencies take conflicts of interest so seriously that they are regulated. What is a conflict of interest? A conflict of interest occurs when the individual, personal interests, family, friendships, financial, or social factors could compromise his or her judgment, decisions, or actions in the workplace. So yes, I have a big problem with Miss Ann Taylor. Big. It's called conflict of interest. So I looked it up. We got 4 murders cleared. 4 cleared murders in the report of Latah County in 2022. Cleared. Look, reported. Right there. Murder. 4. Cleared. 4. Arrest. 1. Doesn't matter if you're guilty or not, as long as you got your man. Look at this report. You see how simple it is, people? Doesn't matter if Kohlberger is guilty or not, because they sure the hell don't know yet. There has not been a trial, and need I remind you, you are innocent until proven beyond a reasonable doubt. He has not been proven beyond a reasonable doubt. He has not had one court date with a jury. Here we go. Well, other than the grand jury, whatever. Here we go. Cleared. Do you need it bigger? Because it is tiny. Let me get it bigger for you. Let me see. Can I scroll over then? When I make it bigger, I can't wait to get over to it. Dang it. See, this is one of those. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. Patience is a virtue. Oh, when I do that, it kicks it out. All right. I don't know if you're able to see it. I hope you are. 4. Cleared offenses. Cleared. All right? Because they have an arrest. So that's how their track record goes. Quentin, can you come put Gretchen outside, please? I'm trying to decide if we should come back for a second live and do this, or should we take an intermission? Because this is long. This is really long. But it's not enough to stand on its own video. But it's really important. Alright. What I'm going to do... Okay. We got company. Thank you. Here we go. We're going to go for it. You might hear my dog whining in the background. Forgive me. So, I just want you to think on what I'm about to share with you. This is called Crime Reads. Alright? This is Max Marshall, Among the Brothers interview. So, how Max Marshall wrote a college fraternity crime epic. This is a non-fictional book. Non-fictional. It exposes a world of privilege, excess, drugs, and murder. Halfway through the Among the Brothers, the fraternity crime story, investigator reported Max Marshall recounts his meeting with a man who used to sell illegally sourced prescription drugs to fellow College of Charleston students. Describing a typical Saturday on campus, the former dealer spins a tale of drug-fueled debauchery that reads like a shooting script for the Cocaine Bear sequel. When he's finished answering Marshall's question, the guy asks one of his own. Would Marshall be interested in hiring him and his employer, a Fortune 500 firm, to do some financial planning? Marshall's new book is a dispatch from the intersection of privilege, drugs, and decadence. In 2016, Charlton police arrested 8 young men who used their links to long-standing, almost exclusively white Southern fraternities to sell huge amounts of Xanax, cocaine, and other drugs at colleges in the Southeast. The drug ring brought its own pill-pressing machine and worked with an older man. Quentin, can you do it just a little bit quieter, please? Thank you. In 2016, Charlton police arrested 8 young men who used their links to long-standing, almost exclusive white Southern fraternities to sell huge amounts of Xanax, cocaine, and other drugs at colleges in the Southeast. The drug ring bought its own pill pressing machine and worked with an older man who supposedly ferried contraband for cartels. In 2016, a dealer connected to the ring was murdered. Drugs were scattered around his body. Speaking from his home in Austin, Lord. Yeah, Austin, Texas. Here we go. Marshall answered a few questions about his impressive, gripping book, the product of interviews with more than 120 people. You first heard of these crimes after the Charleston police had a press conference where they displayed tens of thousands of seized Xanax pills along with cocaine, cash, and guns. Yes, I saw a lot of Xanax flying around when I was in college. I had a few friends who dealt Xanax and more, so friends who were using it for anxiety. But pretty quickly, it was this party drug that was everywhere. So when I became an investigative journalist, I started doing crime stories. I wondered, could you talk about this in a crime story? I Googled Xanax bust fraternity, and the first result was this College of Charleston case. You were in the fraternity? Is that what piqued your interest? He answers, I did a 3-year stint at Columbia. I couldn't read that right because it was repetitive. I'm from Dallas, and a lot of my friends were in the Southern fraternities. My mom was a University of Texas Kappa Kappa Gamma. My dad founded the SAE, Sigma Alpha Epsilon chapter at his college. My aunts and uncles are in Greek life, so yeah, it's very much the bubble that I grew up in. Has the relationship between drugs and on-campus life, has it changed in the last decade? Answer. I think the big shift that happens in 2010s when it comes to college drug dealing is the dark web. Up until pretty recently, if a college kid wanted to deal drugs, they had to tap into a supply chain connected to organized crime. With the dark web, all of a sudden, you can stay in your dorm and have Xanax shipped to you in a Rob Schneider DVD jacket. That allowed these kids to traffic massive weights of different things without feeling like they were taking too much of a risk. But of course, there was danger. The main guy in the book, Mikey Schmidt, starts out selling fake IDs as a freshman. By the end of the book, he's making more than $10,000 a week selling drugs. How did this happen? Now keep in mind, allegedly, Steve G said Kaylee had made over $100,000 the previous year, and that's why she could afford her car, because she had been working so hard. Now I ask you, even though she was working for Extreme at that time, it was only for a few months. Where'd the money come from? I'm just asking questions. Let's continue. Mikey Schmidt showed up to the College of Charleston from Atlanta suburbs and joined Kappa Alpha. I think a lot of people underestimated him. He was 5'7" and he talked in this little funny stoner voice, but he had incredible emotional intelligence. He was very funny, and he was willing to do things for most people wouldn't even conceive of. In Atlanta, he started working as a parking valet at a nightclub, and then he realized that if he dropped weed samples in the people's cup holders, they liked that. He got plugged into the Atlanta rap scene. Now, y'all, Mama D keeps getting at this point taken to the Emma Bailey Demetrius thing, right? The Atlanta nightlife. By the end, he was bringing allegedly cocaine from cartel-connected sources to Atlanta to Charleston, and then he was taking Xanax from Charleston that these fraternity kids were pressing. He could basically be dropping weed, cocaine, and other things off at a fraternity house at around the southeast. To make these drop-offs, you write, he borrowed an idea from the drug dealer in a TV series, Weed? Answer, he had a BMW, a Porsche, an Infiniti, but he also brought a Prius and put a baby on board sticker on it. The Prius never got busted, so I guess there's some wisdom in weeds. Question, and things got big enough that a subgroup of this drug ring bought a pill pressing machine to make Xanax tablets? That was a Freudian slip, y'all. Sorry. Answer, it was less an organized ring and more like a multi-level marketing scheme like Mary Kay or Cutco or Herbalife. Don't sue me, Herbalife. Not everyone in the ring knew each other, but there were multiple pill pressers, and there were groups of guys producing at a pretty industrial scale. They would rent a beach house, bring in large pill presses, and the kind the pharmacies use, and they could press out hundreds and thousands of Xanax pills using raw alpha-zolum powder that they ordered from China via the dark web. Schmidt took a plea deal and got a 10-year sentence. Question, but there were people who suffered far worse consequences. One guy who was 23 had a bunch of pills supplied by the network. He got involved in a dispute with someone and ended up dead, right? Answer, Patrick Mulfly. His mom was a very prominent local politician. His dad was a big-time builder, building mansions on Kiowa Island, South Carolina, for the international billionaire set. Patrick was dealing Xanax and other things for this ring. On the first Friday of spring break 2016, he was found murdered in his off-campus house with a Chipotle napkin on his chest covering the bullet wound, surrounded by hundreds of these GG249 Xanax pills that the pill press had made. 2 men were sentenced to prison, 1 for life, in the connection of his murder. All right, you guys. I'm going to let this go. I'm going to give you, this is his interview. It is, let me shrink it down here because I need to get rolling. But there is so much to you guys. I'm going to come up on top side. The crimereads.com/max-marshall-among the bros interview. Put your dashes in. All right. So it gets heavy. It gets into a lot. It's an excellent read. I highly recommend it. Let's get his name out there one more time. The Fraternity Crime Story, Max Marshall. I am not an affiliate. We gain nothing. It says among the bros. I think that should be looked at, you guys. Yeah, the boys are getting restless. And it's an hour 20. So let me come to top side. You guys light it up. Light it up. I hope that brings some consciousness. What, I have a question. While you guys are lighting it up, get the wheel rolling. Head out on the highway, looking for adventure. All right, you guys, light up the wheel. And while you're doing that, I want you to think about this. Okay? We have parents that are being arrested. Who's going to know if they go CI? Right? Who's going to know if they go confidential informant and become a snitch? They would. Possibly Adam. Because didn't Maddie tell Adam everything? Possibly. Don't know what she told Adam. We don't know. But possibly. All right, who else would know if you were going confidential informant? So if the parents went confidential informant or were even released with no bond, no repercussions. Do you feel me? I'm just saying. Could this be a retaliation by a drug ring? And who else would know? The attorney. Your attorney would know. And now that attorney, even if she didn't stand up in court with you, she had access to your shit. And now she's over here and she's representing Kohlberger. You know that question? Somebody asked me in kind of a snotty way, and they were like, just because, you know, you're saying that they went to the same college and they're in the same town, that they're suspicious. You know, that's a lot of places. So I don't know what your point is. Are a lot of places responsible as a university for tearing down the largest piece of evidence in a murder trial before the trial happened? Are they? Because then if the defense attorney that graduated from there isn't doing her job and it's all suspicious, because I want you to prove to me there's another situation like that you can show me where another college destroyed the evidence in the largest murder trial of their area, and then the defense is also the same alma mater. Show me that. I challenge you. All right. Interior Family Studio, you are in the drawing. Interior. Thank you, my dear. You guys are incredible for staying this late with me. I have something to show you when we're done here, too, for those of you that have stayed on. I'm going to show you. I've got the gift boxes packed. I'm waiting on Sin City. I need your address. I need your address sent to me, emailed again, please. I have not seen it, so send me that. I have them all packed. I'm going to open one or two of them when I'm done here and show you different items that these are going out. None of the items are the same, but this will give you an idea of what one of the gift boxes may contain. Right. Let's see here. Sharon Dane. Remember, you guys, it is 11:11 True Crime now, so that the algorithm picks it up. And Nettie, congratulations. I'm going to pick two more. All right, so the next one is Kim House. And our final person entered into the drawing for our January drawing, which will be done on January 31st. And there'll be a community post for that winner, right? So this is your last chance tonight, but you'll have more chances. And it is Sarah Fagan. Sarah Fagan. Thank you, lovely. Congratulations, and thank you all. Thank you all so incredibly much. Now, brown cow. Let's just grab one. Now, I'm not going to say whose box is getting whose, because I don't want to blow the surprise for him. So, there's a letter in the front. Oh, the mic is going to get hit. Okay. Let me move the keyboard. Okay, I'm not going to show that because that's a personal thing to that person. But you get a letter from me and that with it. And then, like in here. Oh, I can't open these, can I? I can. It's going to be loud. That's why I said we're going to do it where it edits it out. All right, so there's a lot in here. There is a yin and yang necklace. Okay. And it's two necklaces, so you give one to one and so forth, with a little bracelet to match with the yin and the yang from 1111. And then there's a little purple and like clear beaded bracelet. All right, so that's in there. Let's get that back in there. I'm just going to show you the contents of one, and it's just random. They're all different, so you never know what's in the other ones. All right, let's see if we can open this one. If I have to rip it, I'm not going to open it. Okay, it's opening. It's opening. All right, so in this one, now they're not all the same. This one is getting a yin and yang river agate candle. Can you see how beautiful that is? With all the agates and precious stones. Semi-precious stones and agates and shells. And it's a candle and it's clear. So as you light it up, it's like a little piece of the beach there. All right, let's see what's next. Let me get caught up on chat. Lots of goodies, y'all. That's right, Dreamweaver. All right, I'm trying to be so careful. I shouldn't have sealed them, but I didn't know if I was going to share them. So this is a very unique piece. It's got these little, like this is a stone, right? A rock. But then it's got this little balsa wood that's a really, really pure. And it's for lighting with blessings. All right? So you can burn them and you get like a little quartz thing in there. These are from your 1111 family. We get random things. So many of you send beautiful things, bags of beautiful things. And I put them all in one area and then I just go through and I pack it up till the box is full. Let's see what this is. Okay, this is heavy, y'all. This is what somebody's getting. Now the other boxes are just as full with beautiful items too. Okay, look at this. These are all amethyst shards, actual amethyst shards. Are you seeing? Amethyst shards. I love this stuff. But if I kept it all, I wouldn't be as happy as I would be is if the 1111 family was to give it to you. Because then I know the joy spreads. There's a lot more. What is this? Okay, I'm not going to show you this because it's a pendulum. I am gonna. This is from Night Nurse, right? Army Nurse. Army Nurse sent a lot of pendulums. This one is a heart pendulum. Let me get it down into the pouch. Let me see if I can open it. And I have her stuttering. Her note in there so that you can read it. But this pendulum is beautiful. Look at this, you guys. Do you see? It's a heart, right? And it's got a feather, a heart and a feather, and it's got a little charm right here. Let me turn that so that you can see how beautiful the charm is. It just sparkles with little encrusted, like shiny things. It's like a starfish or something. So you just never know. And that's one of a kind items, you know. All right, let's continue. Let me get this back in there nice and safe. Yeah, I'm just going to open one of them because this would just be too much to open. We'd be here for days. Let me put it back in the pouch. And, okay, there's a couple more. Let me see. A deck of tarot cards. I'm not going to show, but they're really good. And then a surprise on the bottom. And I'm not going to say anymore because I don't want to ruin it. And the person has no surprise. And everybody else got a surprise. But it's packed full. And that's a new deck of tarot cards in there. Let me pack this with the candle in the middle so that it survives. And then the little card. So it is very much a packed with love from your 1111 family. And I am excited in January when I draw another name out. Let me put this person's name back on their box. I have 3 of them ready to go. I gave away 2, and then I'm sending one out to Jenny Troglin because she went to my site, but it had been closed down. And somehow it overlapped. She ordered a hat, and the company was closing. So she said in lieu of her hat that she bought, I could send her a little care package. I'm excited for you to get it. And I do. If I happen to know you as an 1111 or a Starlight, and I know you kind of, I say kind of because some of you, I know a little bit about you. Some of you, you've been with me forever. I know a lot about you. So as much as I know about you, I try to pack it with like using your energy of what you would like. So I'll pull out something. I'll be like, that's not Jenny. That's Jenny. So I pack it with an idea of love. And that's what it is us loving on you. Susan Rusko said, I hope mine has the 1111 mystery deck. Lovely, it doesn't. None of them have the mystery deck in them. None of them. But you never know. I might put that. That's a great idea. I might make a week. I'm going to try to figure it out to where I could give away a link and you could still download it, but for free. And then give that away in February is what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. Joyful says, we haven't had a joke for a long time. Thank you, Joyful. She says, joke of the day, Mama D. What did the judge say when the skunk walked in the courtroom? Odor in the court. Odor in the court. Billy the goat. You guys are so incredible. We're going to leave it on this note. It is the longest live in history for our channel. And I can't tell you how much I love you because it's more than words could do. But I do love you all to the moon and back. And I can't wait to talk to you again. Now, I feel like we have to look a little bit at Scott Peterson. You know, the LA Innocence Project is picking up his case. I've always wondered. I don't know. I've never seen him. I've never felt he was the one that did it. But I don't know. Should we look into that? You guys let me know. You let me know. Good night, Seeking Rainbows. I will see you all again on, well, very, very soon. Probably Wednesday. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Kira in Canada, Mama D, would you ever consider selling me a set of tarot cards that you personally used? Probably not. Summer Snow. Ah, thank you, lovely. I hope that you get in the drawing next time. Nettie says, have a wonderful evening and love you all. Hi, Jeff. Joyful says, where's my box of stuff? Nicola Moody says, kisses to you and love you to the moon. I love you guys. With that, let me get over here. Let's get our music playing. Who do I have? You want to say hi? You want to say hi and bye? This one's licking my elbow. Are you good boys? Are you good boys? Yeah. All right, hold on, you guys. Let's get our music playing. We got to get the sound up. All right, with that, I want you to know I love you all so very much, and I cannot wait to be with you again. On that note, we have a Jaws Lucky. Come here, Lucky. I'll hold you next.